Hello, viewers. Once again, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Spiritual Talk by TT. Today, once again, I got an opportunity to talk with another Krishna devotee. Today, with me is Sarangi Radhika Devi Dasi ji, who is born and brought up in Bolivia, city of South America. And your spiritual guru is a great Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj ji, under whose initiation you took your step towards Krishna devotion and spirituality.
Yeah.
Sarangi Radhika Devi ji, I would like to warm welcome today you and in my channel Spiritual Talk by TT. It's my honor and pleasure to interact with you. Uh,
Hi, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me here, for having me here to share about our spiritual journey. And we can learn from each other, and we can inspire each other, and we can encourage each other in this journey.
Absolutely. So straightway, let me start with my some. I just would like to understand how was your childhood, your early life, educations, and how it was, because it will give me or give the viewers opportunity to understand the environment, how it was, so that when you walk this path, how it was complementing or it was difficult, so that I just want to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was born in La Paz.
Mm-hmm.
The name of my city is La Paz. It is in Bolivia. Bolivia is a country in South America.
Mm-hmm.
And well, my childhood, we can say that uh, by God's grace, He was always present in my life. My family don't specifically follow Krishna consciousness, but they are very religious. And so basically, since my childhood, they always taught me about God and how I should always depend on Him. And like basically, I was always connected to Him somehow or other, but not as deep perhaps as nowadays I'm trying to do. So yeah, I grew up in a also in a religious school. It was a school where they were teaching Christianity, and they were Catholics. Mostly in my country, they practice these religions. So basically, my entire life, I was always listening about God and everything, but in a different perspective, maybe because some concepts are similar, but not exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I am understanding that at least your family environment is a religious environment, and they value the religious ethos. That is the different story, that it would be Christianity, it would be any religion, but that
Yeah.
foundation is strong, and
Yeah.
probably that's what I feel, that it might be motivate you towards to walk in this path.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Definitely.
all right. The next question, I would like to understand, when and how did you get inclined towards this bhakti or Krishna bhakti, I would say.
Hmm. It was in 2008. It
Mm-hmm.
was in 2008 where I was finishing um, all my studies, and then once I remember I went. I was walking in the street, and someone was distributing books.
Okay.
And you know that the ISKCON, or not only ISKCON, but all Gaudiya societies, they're always trying to distribute this transcendental knowledge through books. They go on Sankirtan and they start distributing books, explaining people what is it about and everything. So I remember once I took a small book. It was On the Way to Krishna, written by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And this really caught my attention because I was already, let's say, I was not a small child anymore in my mind. You know, when you start changing, your mind
Yeah.
starts changing and everything, and more inquisitive and you have more doubts, more questions. And so this book was something that caught my attention.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know, but that's how Krishna's plans are. I found out that one of my cousin sisters, she was part of this movement.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking, and she explained me a little bit, and then I was really interested in it, but I was a little bit, let's say, shy, because it was something completely new for me. It was the first time that I was listening words in Sanskrit. Everything was so different for me. But at the same time, the philosophy, the depth of the philosophy was something that really touched my heart. So that's how I started, like, feeling attracted to Krishna consciousness. But the moment I decided to go deeper was more serious, because I remember I was so shy that I used to go to the temple and I was so afraid. My heart started beating when I used to hear the kartals and the kirtan going on. And I had not much idea about this, but something was going on inside that I used to feel so scared, so scared. And I used to go back. But then after 2 years, in 2012, it's when I met my spiritual master. I already knew some great senior Vaishnavas, some great sannyasis that were giving us knowledge and guidance, but it was until 2012 when I met my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, that my life changed drastically in every single way. Spiritually, materially, in every single perspective of my life. The point where I truly started, not just felt attracted, but I started taking this a little bit more serious, was when I met my Gurudev in 2012.
Oh, great. And what was your age when you started this Krishna Bhakti? What was the age that time?
Maybe I was 19. Now
19.
I'm 32.
Okay.
So I
So
started when I was 18, 19.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's still 18 and 19 is a adult age when usually the young people is busy in their lifestyle, pub, and all other material things in life. And it is really great that you adopted at the age when most of the attraction from the people is towards that material life. But it is a great to know that 19 and 18 years old when you started your Krishna Bhakti. Great. And coming to that point, the next question is what changes do you feel your life after following this bhakti path or spirituality? Because that is most important to know to my viewers, even to me, even for the people, those who want to walk this path. So that is, if you relate something with your professions, with your daily life, how it complements. So it will be great.
Yeah. So I think it helps you. Spirituality is your foundation, is the foundation of every single soul, because who we are. Some people say, I am a woman, I am a man, I am a doctor, I am an Indian, I am Bolivian, I am this, I am that. But these are just designations that we are given while we are having this human body. But it's not that we are this. We are actually spirit souls. We belong to Krishna. We're transcendental beyond this material world, beyond all this entanglement and everything here.
Yeah.
So how it changed it, honestly, my completely life changed in every single way. But it's always important for us to know or to do efforts to understand who am I. If you know who you really are.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not this body, I'm not my problems, I am not my karma, I am not my disturbing mind. Once you know who you are, no matter, problems will always come. Even if we don't want them to come, they will always come. It's part of life. But even once they come, you will know how to face them in a different way.
Absolutely.
You will stop feeling extremely identified with whatever is going on with you. You will understand, okay, this is happening, but still, I'm not this. This is just polishing my heart. This has to do something. This is teaching me something. I have to learn something from this, but I'm not this. I am not this. So I think everything changes. Absolutely everything changes. It doesn't matter if it's in your job, in your family, in your career, whatever comes. Once you understand who you really are, then you can learn how to develop, how to do your duties properly without entangling your mind too much into all of this.
Absolutely.
Right?
Correct. True. So great. And the other spiritual guru also tells about the spirituality actually. They also explained, they also said spirituality is nothing about the word, it is about yourself, to know yourself better, to know, to improve yourself. So that is about the spirituality. So you correctly pointed these all the things, how it complements in your day-to-day life. Great. So the next question, I'm moving to the next question, Sarangi ji. The next question is related to because when a person or anybody in this age, 19, 18 years old, when people are more towards the material life, that time, how your family, your friends, your relative, how supportive they are when you decided to no, before that, I think I would like to understand how difficult it is to walk spirituality or devotion path from your material life to I mean to leave your material life. I would not say leave, but still with material life, from there to start your devotional journey or your spirituality journey, how difficult it is.
Wow, there's so much to say about this. Well, when I started this Krishna conscious journey, my parents were a little bit concerned because it was something completely new for them. They had no idea about who they are, what do they do, are they going to teach the proper things to my daughter, or maybe they are cheating her, because there are so many things going on nowadays,
Absolutely.
unfortunately. So my parents were concerned, not because I had some inclination towards my spiritual life, but they were concerned about what if she gets cheated or something like that. So it was a little bit difficult in the beginning. But once they understood what is it about, they started seeing me going to the temple programs, and how happy I used to come back. And in the temple, they always give us Krishna Prasad food. So I always used to bring Prasad for them and invite them. And they were very pleased, very pleased. So they understood that she's fine, she's protected, she's not doing anything wrong. But I have seen many cases from many friends who also didn't have this journey since their childhood. They were not Krishna conscious from their childhood. So they had to face more difficulties than myself, sincerely. For example, they were forced to continue eating meat. or because sometimes they don't have this principle. Families, especially in the Western world, it's so normal for them to eat meat, to break the four principles, to do absolutely all these things. But I have seen many friends who had to struggle with this. They were being forced to continue eating meat, or no, you cannot go to the temple, that this is from demons, or so many kind of misconceptions all around,
Yeah.
especially outside. At
Yeah.
least inside India, these kind of things
Yeah.
are impossible to
Yeah.
be heard.
Yeah.
But outside, it's like they don't know, they have no idea.
Yeah.
But I think no matter what your circumstances are, we all have different obstacles in our spiritual life. It's not that just from day one everything is pink color, and we are cleaning our hearts. We have to clean our hearts in order to have a proper understanding of who we are, what is my connection with God, what is my mission and my purpose and my vision in this world, in this material world, why I'm having my human experience, and all these kind of things, right?
Yeah.
But I think that no matter what circumstances, like what obstacles might come when you're trying to approach God, don't give up.
Yeah. Correct.
Don't give up. Don't quit, because this is the highest goal of your life. Someone who is giving you Krishna, someone who is giving you God, someone who is giving you the absolute divine truth, like our spiritual masters, our acharyas. We have so many masters who are giving us this knowledge. We have to cling to it no matter what.
Yeah.
We will have to tolerate the obstacles, to tolerate the difficulties, but I think it's all worth it if you tolerate and you just fix your goal.
Yeah.
And you just say, I want Krishna, I
Yeah.
want this.
Yeah.
Then, and by Gurudev's grace, by the association also is very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you associate with like-minded persons who think like you, who have the same goal you have, you get inspiration no matter what obstacles, no matter how many obstacles you have.
Yeah.
This is called sadhu sangha. You know, when you're connected to sadhus, to like-minded personalities who have the same spiritual goal that you have, this is something that is definitely going to help no matter what,
Yeah.
independent of no matter what problems come.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So determination is important, and focus on that path is also important. But as because I usually ask this question to everybody, because everybody is not that much fortunate that the parent, their relatives are supportive, right? So that's how I usually ask the next question, which I am going to ask you. How was your when you started this journey? How was your friend, relative, and your anyway your family also? How they see you after that, and what was their perspective to see after that, and how that matter even? I know that it is not much matter, but it's still because we all are human being. We have relative, parents, we have friends, circles, society. So that 100% that little bit contribute you, but that depends on how you take. But I want to understand your views.
Okay, so mostly in my country, in my city, we are not a big community.
Hmm.
We are like maybe 100 devotees or so. So it was not a big community. Like when you go to India, it's crowds and crowds and crowds of
Yeah.
the same mentality. But for example, when I was going to the university, or when I was, my friends, they were completely out of the
Hmm.
path that I was aspiring to follow. So sometimes they used to be a little bit harsh.
Okay.
They're like, oh, how are you following these things now? Why are you doing this? You're just wasting your time. You
Hmm.
only live once. This is
Hmm.
something that I have heard so many times. You only live once. You should just enjoy. You're young just once. You can do this when you're older, and all
Yeah.
of these sort of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But that's not true at all,
Yeah.
because no matter what's your age, one thing that is for certain is that death will come at any time,
Absolutely.
whenever it has to come.
Hmm.
You can be a child, you can be an elder person, it doesn't matter. It will come, it will happen. And according to our shastras, it is said that this human body is like the greatest gift we have to understand and to achieve self-realization, and to understand what is our eternal relationship with
Yeah.
God or with Krishna. So once we have this opportunity, we shouldn't waste our time. We shouldn't waste our time. We should remember this is the greatest gift that my Lord has given me. So I should do as much as I can to offer everything that he has given me this lifetime to him, and my life, to give him my life. Something very important also, I think, it's we have to be humble if we want to really approach that divine depth,
Hmm.
because our false ego is always so puffed up
Yeah.
and our minds and everything is like, but if you're humble and if you really look inside you, if you really understand what are the dark spots that your heart has, because
Yeah.
everybody has, we are not perfect. So once we just bow down and say, it's true, this is inside me, then Krishna really, really helps you,
Yeah.
because you understand, I have this is my condition, but I still have this desire to continue going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
And when we have this mood, Krishna really helps us. He is really merciful, so he
Yeah.
really helps us to
Yeah.
go towards him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great. So that is there, but it another question coming in my mind after your this conversation, that is fine. Um, that is okay. You will see that kind of reactions from the society, from people around you, from your friends and all. That will be obvious because they need some time, or either unless until they are not ready to understand the logic behind it, until then they will not able to actually understand that part. That is okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But my question is a little different with this. um, that is fine. You and anybody who walk this spirituality path and do devotions, it doesn't mean that you are completely away from your life, because Krishna says that do this along with your other duties,
Yeah.
and that will give you more good results. So I have seen the Krishna devotee, they have family, they have married, happy married life, they have kids, and they are enjoying more wishful life, I would say. So
Yeah.
it is not necessary, I think, that if you walk the devotion path or Krishna path or spirituality, whatever way you do it, I don't see any challenges. What is your views on that? I mean, how is your experience? I mean, I don't know about your background, but how it was with you?
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to become yogis and run to a mountain and just hide there from everyone, leave everything, abandon everything. It's not
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely.
Um, we can offer whatever Krishna has given us this lifetime. your abilities, your talents, absolutely whatever he has given you, you can do this as an offering to him.
Yeah.
If you have a family,
Yeah.
you just increase the spirituality in your family, serve them, you start thinking these are my children this lifetime, but
Okay.
these are actually Krishna's children.
Absolutely.
You even have more affection, more love.
Yeah.
The same thing with your wife, with your partner, with your friends,
Yeah.
with then gradually by Krishna's mercy, you start seeing Krishna's hand behind everything and everyone.
Yeah.
And then you start using, like, making of all of this a really amazing offering, like giving it back to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because nothing truly belongs to us.
True.
So whatever we get, if it's your job, no problem. You can continue having your job, and whatever income comes, you will buy food, you will buy clothes, whatever you do, you offer to Krishna.
Correct.
You can go and do Vaishnava Seva, Sadhu Seva, so many things. When I was living in Vrindavan, I actually live in Vrindavan, but now I'm visiting my Vrindavan. There are so many devotees living outside
Hmm.
who do this.
Hmm.
Actually, they start sending some amounts and they start dressing the sadhus, the brajavasis, the
Hmm.
dhambasis. They start
Hmm.
feeding them. There is always a chance to serve.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is our nature, is to give,
Yeah.
serve, serve,
True.
serve.
True.
So once we start changing our vision and we will start understanding that I am Krishna's, I belong to Krishna, and whatever I have belongs to Krishna too,
Hmm.
then you will avoid this detachment, because
Hmm.
sometimes too much attachment and too
Hmm.
much detachment
Hmm.
lead you to the same point. You get stuck.
Yeah. True. True.
But the reality is that nothing belongs to you, not even this body.
Ah. Yeah. Absolutely.
So
True.
you can offer everything. You don't need to. There's something that many of my mentors always told me, like, never fall into false renunciation.
Hmm. Hmm. Correct.
Always be conscious of your nature, because
Hmm.
it's true, there are people who are more detached very naturally.
Hmm.
You can see them as brahmacharis.
Hmm.
There are people who are
Hmm.
really qualified. They just drag themselves from society, from their duties to
Hmm.
follow certain path. But this is according to their nature.
Hmm.
Not everybody has the
Correct.
same nature.
Walk that path. Correct.
Yeah, some others have to be married and still they can get the love of Godhead. So
Absolutely.
you can, in the four ashrams, as a brahmachari, as a grihasta, as a vanaprastha, or as a sannyas, according to shastras, you can reach Krishna and you can obtain Krishna.
Yeah.
So
It is a good, great message actually to the society, because people should understand it's not necessary you get into the sannyas if you want to really walk to the devotion. That is not necessary. That's what actually I thought I will try to hear from you. That is good actually. That's how it is. Otherwise, there will be always apprehensions.
yeah, and we shouldn't force things.
Yeah.
If it's written, I
Yeah.
believe this. I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
if it's
If
written
it
that
is
at some
written.
point of your life
Yeah.
you will reach to this point of that you naturally. It
Yeah.
comes naturally. It's not that you're forcing yourself
Yeah.
or that someone is pressurizing you to give up everything.
Hmm.
No, these heart transformations come with time, with the practice of your sadhana, with the mercy of Vaishnavas. You will start doing things according to your nature and doing your duty as doing the best you can
Yeah.
in this life mission
Yeah.
as an
Absolutely.
offering. Yeah.
So great. So moving to next questions. Before that, I would like to know. You said you are in India as of now. So you said
Yeah.
you are in Mayapur, right? Kolkata. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Mayapur. I wish to go there and spend some time. because a couple of my Krishna devotees are there, those who are asked me to come there visit. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to visit there, but I have next when I am visiting India, I am going to visit 3 4 places. Of course, Rishikesh is one, then Mathura Vrindavan, and then Mayapur.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, and in India, I think you enjoy the Holi festival because it's a great blessing of Krishna's. Because behind Holi, if you look at the Braj, Mathura, Vrindavan, and these Holis, it is a story behind this, and actually behind it there is a Krishna in this festival because he was in
Mhm.
Gokul and they celebrate their lot of type of Holi, Barsana, Mathura, and then Vrindavan. So I have created one video. You must watch that video where I have given a full history behind it, how Krishna was behind this Holi festival. Mostly the
Mhm.
North India, it is celebrated very well, and specifically in Krishna camp, sorry, ESCON campuses, it is celebrated with a actual zeal. So I would recommend you must enjoy the Holi festival there in India, which is
Thank
on
you
at the
so
moment.
much.
Yeah,
I will definitely.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
yeah. So my next question is when how do you see the Indian community as a spirituality, how they took it? Because I have seen uh, in India, you will see the different type of people. It's not necessary that everybody is understand the actual devotions.
Yeah.
It's not necessary because from from a cultural point of view, you will see that that conviction is there. People have that conviction. It's not a only faith. It's a conviction in India where people understand that there is a God, there is somebody who is driving it, there is a Krishna who is driving it, right? So that is a conviction there. But
Yeah.
still, you will see that nowadays more Western people are actually getting deep into this as compared to any Indian. How do you see that
Oh.
as a whole?
Yes,
I'm not
it's
saying
true.
it's not like the in India you will see more more dedicated gurus and everybody. You will see that because that is the root of our Vedanta philosophy
Yeah.
and Sanatan Dharma, right? So. But my question is overall the new generation of India, how you look at because they are more getting towards the Western, and it's a vice versa.
Yeah.
Western people like you, example, you are born and brought up in Bolivia, and now you are turning into a very well. You are transforming your life into the spirituality. So how do you see that Indian community? And that would be good if you give some message to them.
Yeah. Well, there are both sides. Just like you mentioned, some of them are very inclined towards bhakti. I have seen even small children, they have these samskaras already. They have this etiquette of how to do things properly.
Yeah,
And that's so inspiring for me living here in India because I can learn just by seeing around, I can learn so much. And this is something very nourishing for me.
yeah,
But also, I have seen that sometimes the young generation nowadays, they are not so interested, unfortunately,
yeah,
as much as perhaps the elder generations or seniors from their own families and
yeah,
everything. And I think everybody has a path,
yeah.
but I think they should appreciate what they have
Absolutely.
because they have an amazing and unbelievable culture and
Hmm.
traditions
Hmm.
that should be really embraced and
Yeah.
should be properly taken care of. And also, this should continue passing from generation to generation because nowadays, in this Kali Yuga, everything is getting messed up day by day. The values are completely lost, and I think they could and they should
Yeah.
they should embrace more the beautiful tradition and values that
Yeah.
that they have,
yeah,
because it's
absolutely.
priceless.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
priceless.
Correct, correct, correct. Great. Yeah. So that's how actually that's how I look at. Even I am in Western world. My around people are modern people. They call as modern, and but still I have that ethos and Sanatan Dharma foundation given by my parents from India.
So,
And we follow here, trust me, we follow here. We have a temple inside the home. We have a uh, whatever we do the faith. We have that place. We sit everybody there and spend some time daily, evening and morning, and do some prayers. Even Krishna is at our home, and that's how. And my daughters, I have two kids. My daughter is uh, um, uh, 14 years old, and son is 8 years old, so they understand these values. Still they are learning here, studying, and adopting everything, but apart from that they parallelly equally give the importance of these values. So that's
yeah,
how I think everybody should look at, whether it is a India or whether it is a Western, but that's how. And that
yeah,
doesn't matter which religion you are in,
yeah,
but your ultimate goal is to get into the spirituality, and that will improve the life whatever you do. That's how I believe. So
absolutely.
now going to the next question, which is my aim in this channel. Usually I try to simplify the spirituality for the people those has lot of misconception about the spirituality. When we talk about spirituality, they feel that it's a it's a religious thing. That is a different story. If you are devotee, if you are follow any path, that will
Yeah,
complement your spirituality. But
absolutely.
otherwise nothing to do with a religion with spirituality. Anybody can be
Mhm.
spiritual.
Yeah.
So I just would like to understand from you, how do you define a spirituality for a common man?
Well, I think, like we mentioned before, spirituality is just about understanding who you are. You're a spiritual soul. This
Yeah,
is your essence. If you're a spiritual person, you will always seek the essence of this. And like you said, religion is something, it's like a complement to your
yeah,
spirituality. Like, okay, you should follow these, you should do this, you shouldn't do that.
mm,
Then you can like carry your spirituality in a better way, in a more protected way.
yeah,
But spirituality as it is to understand what is your essence, that you are a spirit soul, that you have nothing to do with this world. Actually, you don't belong here, you belong somewhere else.
yeah,
And that's with God. So yeah, basically
okay.
that's what being spiritual is.
Yeah, great. So next question is moving to the next question. Um, the importance of spirituality. Though you have discussed in bits and pieces in many questions, but if you specifically point out how it benefit your life, spirituality, and that too,
Mm.
I always interested to know the practical aspect of spirituality in your life, how that complement, as nothing, as we discussed, nothing to do with religion, your devotions and anything, but apart from that, how spirituality is in has an important role in your life. Would you like to add something?
Well, everybody has their personal practices to cultivate their spiritual journey. Um, Personally, something that really, like, regarding the practices, what I've been learning throughout these years, for example, is through prayers, through meditation, through hearing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Once you start listening about these transcendental topics, you will start repeating them, and then your purification comes, and then it leads you to the remembrance of that divine path of Krishna, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So there are many many aspects. Could you be a little bit more perhaps straight with the question, because I can
So
give you a
actually,
complete answer.
I am just trying to understand the importance of spirituality in our day-to-day life.
Mm.
Example, I am in
It,
profession.
it,
I am doing
mhm,
somebody is in sports, and somebody
mhm,
is doing some other example business. I why I'm asking this question? There is a Indian interest list. Not only one, there are many interest list, but one of Mafatlal Group chairman.
mhm,
He is the Krishna devotee. He is associated with uh, Ascon, and
mhm,
I was hearing his interview in many forums. I heard him. What he said, I am doing my business. I am earning the money. I am dealing with the material life.
mhm,
And he guaranteed few things like after walking this spirituality path, he got the more better result than before this. So
mhm,
those points actually I usually try to touch and in our
mhm.
whatever we are doing, how spirituality can complement and uh, I mean give you the better result. If you can give some example, better. Or otherwise, you have explained me in a totality. You have already explained.
Yeah. Well, being practical, like we said before, we don't have to renounce to anything to
Yeah,
be spiritual.
yeah,
Um, but I think it will help you deal in a better way. How you would take your duties. You will not entangle yourself. But
mm,
this reminds me of there was an interesting question in a lecture,
mm,
and they say sometimes we say Krishna will arrange everything. So that means we shouldn't do anything, right? Because
mm.
Krishna will arrange everything.
Mm.
But no, he said, actually, you should work, you should do your duties, you should endeavor as if everything depends on you, but you should pray as if everything depends on Krishna, because it actually depends on
Yeah,
Krishna,
yeah, yeah,
on the providence, right?
yeah,
So, whatever we're doing,
yeah,
no matter what,
yeah,
if it's a business, if it's my career, if I have to study, if it's regarding my family, whatever I do, I will do my best,
yeah,
because this is my duty. First of all,
yeah,
this is how I'm expressing my talents, my abilities, my intelligence, whatever Krishna has given me
yeah,
to do in this lifetime,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
right.
I think honestly, from my perspective, spirituality is that you will not be extremely over attached to those things.
Mm, mm, correct.
Sometimes when you take something too serious, I have to do this, I have, and then you make the best you can, but still the results don't come as you were
Uh,
expecting.
correct, correct.
Wow, you feel like
Yeah,
totally depressed, totally anxious, totally
yeah,
frustrated,
yeah.
and like you feel like what happened?
Ah,
Yeah. But when you're spiritual, you don't over identify yourself with all of these
yeah,
things. You
true.
know, okay, this is my job, this is my work, this is my career.
Yeah,
I'll put all of my energy here
yeah,
and I'll offer it.
yeah,
And whatever the income, whatever the results are, let it be as it has to be.
yeah,
But, but the problem is that sometimes when we're just extremely focused and entangled in all of our duties,
yeah,
we
yeah,
forget that there is something beyond,
yeah,
and that
true.
sometimes things will come as we want, sometimes things will not happen as we want, but still our consciousness, where our consciousness is and where our intentions are, this is something that truly matters. And
Absolutely.
from my perspective is that you can do everything, but if you have a spiritual vision, you will not over attach yourself to
Yeah.
this thing.
True.
You
True.
will do it with enthusiasm, with determination, because it's an offering to the divine. But at the same time, you won't entangle yourself way too much with this thing.
Yeah.
You will know where's your place, like how you exchange with this, with
Yeah.
all of these things.
So, viewers, this is the key actually what Sarangi Radhika Dasi ji explain. When you are in spiritual, you have spiritual understanding, you are following the spiritual guidelines, you will get a strength, you will accept the happening around you. You do your karma, but the result is not in your hand, and you will accept that whatever outcome will come post your happening, whatever action you are doing, you will accept it easily. So this is the, I think, key which is great thing you explain here, and I think it is really the key thing which everybody, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, this is something which will help you in your life. So great. I think I am almost end of my conversation, though it is really I am enjoying the interaction with you and getting a lot of knowledge and lot of aspect of life. But still, I need to end up the conversation. But before I am ending up with this, I would like you, if you want to give any message to my viewers, other Krishna devotees, and the people, those who really want to walk this path, spirituality. If you want to give any message to them, please give your message.
Okay. Uh, just like I mentioned before, we have got this human life, this human body. It means by Krishna's grace, we have some kind of higher consciousness compared to other entities like animals, plants, and other species of life that are also in this material existence. And we should never take for granted this mercy of having this human body. No matter what you do, no matter you can continue living the life you're living, just try to go deeper and understand who you really are.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more beyond, behind and beyond this material world. It's our true nature, it's our essence. And according to Shastras, we have an eternal relationship with Krishna. And that is the essence and the aspect of why we study, why do we read scriptures, why do we do our sadhana or our spiritual practices. It is because, not because we want to become gyanis and like so much knowledge, and no, it's because we want to purify our hearts, we want to clean, to make a sharp intelligence and to understand what the purpose of our life is. So treasure this human life. Do the best you can. Always remember that Krishna is always there. It is said that Krishna is like the sun, and Maya, illusion, is like darkness. So wherever Krishna is there, the sun is there. There's no question of ignorance, of darkness anymore in our lives. And the closer we are, we will start feeling more this soft warmth
Yeah.
from the sun, right? It's
Yeah.
like the sun goes out for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not that the sun is just visible here and then, no, it comes out for everyone.
Yeah.
But those who really want to feel a little bit close, the rays of the sun, the warmth of the sun, you have to walk closer to it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
just embrace this human life, don't waste it. I know um, it's hard sometimes because this society is always pulling you from one side to another,
Yeah.
especially to the younger society
Mm.
with drugs.
Yeah.
with illicit sex.
Yeah.
So much pornography going on
Yeah.
nowadays. There are so many things that are entangling us.
Yeah.
But this is just not. There's something higher. There's a higher taste in life,
Absolutely.
and we should always aspire for that. And once you take one step, just one step, Krishna gives 10 steps
10
towards
steps.
you, because
Yeah.
this is how merciful he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you
True.
just give just one step,
Yeah.
definitely you will continue giving the next ones, and Krishna will definitely help you in this journey.
Great. So the message to my viewers is very clear that this life is, we have only one life, and it is important. Two, three key messages, Sarangi Radhika Devi Dasi ji, what I understood in entire conversation is, first is, life is one. We have to do whatever best we can do for society, for humanity, for God, that whatever we have to do here, don't waste the time. Time is the key. That is one thing. And second important thing is, uh, if we adopt the spirituality laws and the guidings what it is defined in our Sanatana Dharma or by Krishna in Gita, if we follow those, we will do best in our life. Whatever we do in our personal life, professional life, we will do our best. So that's the message in whole conversation. And Sarangi Radhika Devi Dasi ji, I thank you that you have given me your valuable time, and I trust that my viewers have got to learn a lot from your life journey. And viewers, let me end this talk today, and we'll see you next talk so with another Krishna devotee or another spiritual personality. Till then, take care yourself. And as Holi is being celebrated all over India, I wish you all a very happy and warm Holi, and Jai Sri Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Yeah.